Aloha Tribe, and welcome to the Aloha Perspective, where you get a little bit of something and a whole lot of everything. Happy Tuesday. We're back with the Affirmators deck, day 2. And remember, they're the self-help cards without all the self-helpiness. Now, when I pull the cards, I have shuffled these. Okay, I shuffled these, I put them back in the box, and this is exactly what I see when I pull a card. So even though I have been through this deck before, I don't know what the topic's going to be every day. But today, the first card I pulled was a bonus card. Bonus! And it's patience. But since I pulled a bonus card, I always like to pull a card after it. And I have to tell you, these two marry well. You know, they go very well together. Patience is required for personal growth. So full disclosure, patience is like my Achilles heel. I know, I'm admitting it. Not easy for me. And I'll explain why in a bit. So, but apparently, according to people I know, my patience levels have gotten so much better. And I'm just very hard on myself as it is. So it's, apparently I've gotten better and haven't really noticed it because, like I said, I am hard on myself. So let's get rolling. Personal growth. As I move toward greater consciousness, I feel old thoughts and habits fall away. Like training wheels on a bike, they helped me get to where I am. But now that I can ride, I don't need those slow and crummy wheels, except for when making bike analogies. So we're talking here about when you move toward that greater consciousness, right? Whether you want to call it a spiritual awakening, whether you want to call it healing, whatever it is whatever realm of your thinking that it fits into, personal growth is huge, but it's also very hard, right? We all know how hard personal growth can be. So it's about change. It's about moving forward. It's about trying to heal things that we were never sure we'd be able to heal. That things that felt like insurmountable mountains, right? So in doing so, when we do have this personal growth, there are going to be times when we're like, yeah, I'm doing so great, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, well, no matter what it is, right? I mean, think of it as for all the people that have ever been on a diet and you're like, oh, yay, I lost it, and then all of a sudden you start gaining the weight back and you're like, oh, no. Well, you're human, all right? And personally, that's a whole story for another day, but diets are not always a good idea if it's for the long term, okay? But you do you. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just here to share my own experiences. So, whenever we go through these things, patience is required. Big time. So congratulations. You've been granted more patience. You may start using it right away or much, much later. Waiting a long time is the sort of option now afforded to you by greater patience. Can you believe it? Look at this. You're still reading or listening, and you haven't started getting annoyed yet. Imagine how this patience will transform your life. I know. I read that and I feel like a hypocrite. But, what? So anyways, no, I admit, my patience has gotten a lot better. But in the beginning, it felt like I would never have. I mean, we all have a level of patience, right? But in the beginning, when I started my healing journey, I wanted it to be done. I wanted it to be done, right? And we all think that, oh, we can do this. We've got this. And then maybe, like I said, we have a moment where we might fall back into that old habit. We might fall into those old patterns of thinking. And then we just lose our ever-loving minds because it's like, no, I don't want to be this person. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be this. I don't want to be that. Because we know that that person is just the hurt person, right? The person who's hurting. And sometimes a hurt person will hurt people. And yeah, nobody wants to be that person. Well, maybe some people do, but yeah, that's a story for another day. But the majority of the world does not want to do that. We don't want to hurt other people. We want to help people move through life. We want to, be able to go through what we've gone through and help other people through with it. And then we feel like we might be a hypocrite because it's like we do lose our crap every so often. So give yourself some passion. Give yourself some compassion, some patience, some empathy, and some grace. And remove the some. Just do all of it to the nth degree. But in order to have compassion, grace, and empathy for ourselves, we have to have patience. Nothing changes overnight. Okay, the only thing that changes overnight seems to be the weather. Or the sun and the moon coming up. But that's pretty consistent, right? Think of it as going into a lake. I mean, if anybody's ever been in a lake water is super cold, right? But or even a stream. Okay, maybe you're like, oh yeah, let's go in the stream, or whatever it is that you're doing. When you enter this body of water, you do it slowly, right? I mean, some people just dive right in, and kudos to them. I'm not that person. I literally tiptoe my way into the water because it's cold. It's cold. But here's the thing. The body of water is like life, or whatever's happening to you in your life. The water's not getting warmer. You're adjusting. And that's what personal growth is. Personal growth is adjusting. It's adjusting to our surroundings. It's adjusting to a situation. It's adjusting to a loss. It's adjusting to the healing that we might be trying to do to move us through the trauma or the pain or the anger or the sadness that we may have felt all those years or throughout this time of healing. And yeah, it might hurt because when you start healing, you are going to bring up things that you may not have remembered or you may not have thought about or you may not have felt in a long time. And it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. But personal growth is hard. Personal growth is hard because it's showing us what we're made of. It's showing us who we are and what we're capable of doing. And, if you're struggling with your healing, if you're struggling moving through it, if you got to feel it to heal it and go through it to grow through it. And if you're struggling to feel it and heal it or go through it and grow through it, it's okay. That's where patience comes in. You don't have to dive right into the water. Take your time to adjust. But do your best to not go backwards. When I opened the Oracle book this morning, just to kind of start a little bit of a fun thing, I opened this book and we got, you are protected, you are loved, and you are worthy of so much more. And, I just randomly opened these pages. I wasn't thinking about it. See, I can't even find them now. But that is so perfect for healing. That's what we need. That's part of the compassion and the empathy and the grace. Knowing that you are worthy of so much more, that you are loved, that you are protected. But also learning that the only person that's going to get us through all of these things, no matter how much support we have or don't have, the one person you need to count on is yourself. So the one person you need to trust, beyond trust and have faith in, is yourself. I'm learning that. I went to therapy last Friday. That's actually one of the things I have to work on with my homework is self-worth, compassion. I wrote it on me. Self-worth, compassion, empathy, and trust myself. Gotta write it on there so I don't forget. I know it's silly, but writing things on a paper and carrying it around, I don't have pockets. Somebody needs to make dresses and better pants with pockets, but I do write it on myself because I know I'll see it. I'll be like, hey, what's on my arm? Oh yeah, remember your gratitude. Remember your compassion, your empathy, your grace, your patience, your trusting yourself. Trusting ourselves is one of the hardest things we're ever going to do because maybe we have made bad choices, but you don't have to keep making bad choices. The best choice you're ever going to make is to learn how to trust yourself. All right? So, personal growth requires patience. And the patience comes when you're trying to feel that compassion, that empathy, and that grace for yourself. Remember, life is like a big body of cold water. You can dive right in and be used to it, and those are the brave people, okay? But for some of us, it's not that easy. For some of us, we do tiptoe in. We do inch our way in little by little. And when we do that, we are adjusting. But even when you dive right in, you still got to adjust to it, right? You still got to adjust to the water. But like I said, the water doesn't change its temperature. Your body adjusts. You need to adjust. All right? So let's think about those things. And tomorrow, don't know what the next affirmator card is going to be, but I'm sure it'll be a good one. So have a great day today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day.